We're celebrating.
Happy Rosh Hashana.
Happy Rosh Hashana. We're
Go
celebrating Jews
Yankees.
that rock.
Wait. I'm sorry. Wait.
All
All right.
right. So we're celebrating Jews that rock, right, Jeff? Happy Rosh Hashanah.
Thank you. Happy Rosh Hashanah to all our fellow Jews out there.
Yes. Hats off to
And
you
if you're not,
from Goyim that I
I'll
respect
tell you.
the Judaism. I took modern Jewish history at FAU. I was the only Goyim in the
Wow.
class, actually. So
You probably know more than I do. It's
I
amazing.
don't know about that, but I know I
Yeah.
have to be dangerous. Let's just say that.
That's good.
Yeah,
Well,
man. So
we
so I'm back.
the Jews appreciate you, Bill.
That's very kind of well Italian. Jews, Italians were all. What do they call it? Same family, different organization, or something like that.
Yeah, we get along pretty well.
We do. We do. So it's all good. So I'm back.
I just think the Italians have better food. So
But I love the gefilte fish, man. That's the stuff right there.
oh, it's horrible.
Just kidding. So I'm back from vacation. I got a new hat. I was traveled to Hawaii,
Wow.
for my Navy reunion. I hadn't been back to Hawaii in 32 years. It was even more enchanting and amazing and euphoric than I remembered. And the food, we always do our food dude review. The food there, Jeff, it's outrageous, dude.
So fresh.
So fresh.
I mean, we live in Florida, but I think the fish is even fresher.
No comparison, dude. You couldn't find a bad piece of fish there. Matter of fact, I went to this one poke. Now they don't say pokey, they say poke. This one poke shop, and I'm looking around. They had some ahi tuna, and I see this. I asked the guy, I go, jellyfish poke? He goes, yeah, brother. I just caught it this morning. I'm like, how's it taste? He goes, I don't eat it, man. I just catch it. So I actually,
how does like a jellyfish? Is it
kind of
squirmy?
weird
Is it
texture,
tough?
man? They put it like in a sweet and sour sauce. Kind of weird texture.
Yeah. Is it like a squid taste, like a calamari?
It has like no flavor. It's like cartilage. It was kind of weird, but it was okay.
Okay.
At least I can say I tried it. So at any event, so we're here. Listen, it's Rosh Hashana, right? We're celebrating Rosh Hashanah. We're celebrating Jews that rock. We're gonna do our top Jews that rock, and we're gonna come up with our Mount Rushmore of Jews that rock.
Can you see the book?
I see the book.
I bought this book probably like 20 years ago.
You did?
Yeah. It looks brand new, but
did you ever read it? Just kidding. So
I know that was a jab, but I did read it. I mean, it's not something you could really read. It has clips. So it'll just say like, for instance, here, Neil Diamond.
Yeah.
And then they'll go into why he's a Jew.
It's a novel. It's not a novel. It's like a summary. It's like a documentary in print, so to speak.
Yeah. Well, it's pretty cool. When we said we were going to do this episode with it, I had to like scramble and look, through my books, and I found it.
Very cool. It's all good. So let's jump right in. So Jews that rock. We're going to talk about the top Jewish people that had influence on rock and roll.
Yeah.
We will come up with our Mount Rushmore of Jews that rock. And since you kind of instigated this, and you're a resident tribesman, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'll let you start, Jeff. And
we could have the Mount Rushmore where Moses did the 10 Commandments. I'm joking.
That's a great idea, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm thinking like,
right.
He gets the 10 Commandments, and then he starts chiseling, the people on there, the musician.
All right. Sounds like a plan. Fire away, my friend. So tell us some of the people that maybe that are on in the Jews that rock category.
You want some let's like talk some surprises, like ones that you might not think.
Right.
So like Robbie Robinson of the band.
I read about that.
Half Jew.
Right.
And he's from Canada, and his mother was Indian.
Right.
So,
the band is a classic band. I don't even remember who the band was, but the band had some great hits, early 70s, of course. There was the movie, Martin Scorsese made the movie. I forget the actual title.
What is it? The Last Dance or the last?
Yeah, I think so. It's The Last Dance. I can't remember.
Incredible. And they had all these, what was so cool about it, they had all these musicians on there.
Yes.
They had Bob Dylan. I think they had, I think Clapton. Well, Eric Clapton was a huge fan of The Last Waltz. And Eric Clapton, I think, played on that. He loved the band. He actually wanted to be in the band, but they wouldn't.
The band was underrated.
He was like an honorary member of the band.
Band was underrated. Another guy named Robbie that you may not know who's Jewish is Robbie Krieger for the Doors.
That's true.
Oh, yeah.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
Robbie Krieger.
Yeah. Who else? Well, of course, Bob Dylan. I mean, Bob Dylan.
We got the Ramones.
That's right, the Ramones. Do you know what their real names were by any chance?
Joey Ramone. He's in my book, but I'd have to find it. It's something like Saul.
It's him and his brother. There was two of the Ramones are brothers, right?
Yeah. There's two brothers, but they were all like Ramones, and they called them, but that was like their fictitious name or something.
Right.
but I don't have his.
Who
I'd
else
have
we
to
got on the
look.
list? I know, of course, we've got Paul Simon and Art Garfunkel. I mean, Paul Simon's
Yeah,
probably one of the greatest pop, or American music writers of all time. Highly successful. Art
I
Garfunkel.
agree.
They were a
I
team.
agree.
They made amazing songs in the late '60s, early '70s. Come on, man. Who else? I'm waiting for you to say
I
someone.
got other ones. Paul Stanley
Paul Stanley and Gene Simmons,
of
no?
and Gene Simmons of Kiss.
And isn't Gene Simmons from Israel?
Yes, he is. And
That's
his
right.
mother was was part of the Holocaust.
That's right.
Not part of it. I
Well,
mean, she was.
Survivor. I mean, yeah,
That's not something you want to be part of, but a survivor.
sure.
So,
I'm
and then
waiting for you to say
we got
someone else, a certain lead singer of a certain rock band.
Harry Farrell,
Well, that's a good one, Perry Farrell.
and he's a local boy from Hollywood.
He went to North Miami Beach High School, as a matter of fact. Yeah, yeah, he
Wow.
is. He was and I mean, Perry Farrell was the founder of Lollapalooza in like what the early '90s,
Yeah,
right?
huge.
Perry Farrell, Porno for Biros, Jane's Addiction. I mean, he was a. We didn't have him in our kind of new wave type '80s, but they were really kind of avant garde. Jane's Addiction. They didn't come out to
Yeah.
the late '80s, and then they kind of disappeared rather
They were,
quickly.
you know what's weird with them? They were like, like I wouldn't consider them grunge,
Right.
but I wouldn't consider them like new wave. It's
No, they were different. They were in their own world. Perry Farrell and Jane's Addiction. Porno for
yeah.
Biros, same
Well,
thing.
unfortunately, they got in
I'm
a big
looking
fight.
for another lead singer of a certain.
Well, I know who you're thinking of. I think they're one of the greatest frontmans of all time and one of my favorite bands, VH, Van Halen.
Of course. I mean, David Lee Roth, the Rothmeister, so to speak. I mean, was he Rothstein or was he just Roth, though? Was that his last name?
I think it was just Roth.
I think it was just Roth, too.
His father was a dentist
Right?
from
I didn't know
Indiana.
that.
And they moved to California, and that's how they met the VH boys, Alex and Eddie.
Interesting. Okay. I mean, he's probably the most famous, I would say, because remember, even Adam Sandler, when he came out with his Hanukkah song in the mid '90s, I mean, doesn't he like start off the whole thing with saying like David Lee Roth lights the menorah or something in the song?
Yeah.
Right.
We got that, and then we have Peter Wolf of the Jay Giles Band.
Peter Wolf, Jay Giles, he's Jewish too.
He's a Jew.
I did not know that. I gotta add that to my list.
We got Warren Zevon.
Warren Zevon, he was just put in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, although in a different category last year, right?
Yeah. I think Billy Joel loved him, and that's another Jew.
Billy Joel's Jewish, right? I think he identifies as like an atheist Jew or something, right? But he's born Jewish. Matter of fact, I just saw that HBO special about him. Very interesting. If you haven't,
I
seen
still
it.
haven't seen it.
Oh, you gotta watch it.
I gotta see it, and then we gotta talk about it.
It's like 3 hours long. You gotta say so.
But it's
anybody
good.
else you want to bring up from your list? What about the?
I don't know. We got Slash.
Slash, right?
Is a half Jew.
That's right.
We got D. Schneider's another Jew.
D. Schneider from Twisted Sister. He's half Jew too.
Yeah.
Beastie Boys. I mean, Beastie Boys. I mean,
all three Beastie Boys.
Yeah. I mean, I remember there was that show that's on ABC. I don't know if it's still on anymore. Was it called the Goldbergs?
Yeah, the great show.
Yeah, I remember the one kid. There's a whole episode about. He talked about how it was so cool in the '80s, man. This rap band came out, and they were the Beastie Boys, and they were this young Jewish kids from New York. You know what I mean? So that they were influential. And really, Beastie Boys, they're one of the first bands to really kind of merge rock and rap together. They came out in '86, kind of the same time as the Aerosmith Run DMC thing. So the Beastie Boys were hugely successful and hugely influential.
Insane, and they've last through time.
I think they're in the
yeah, you're right. They were a rapping band, but then
Right.
they came kind of almost like progressive rock, new wave. They played their own instruments. They were just cutting edge.
Yeah, definitely cutting edge.
And then like, so I guess I wouldn't say honorable. You got Alan Freed. He was like,
well, you stole my thunder. That's a big one right there, Alan.
Did I?
Oh, absolutely. Alan Freed, most people don't even know who he is. I mean, he's really the father of rock and roll. I learned about Alan Freed. My dad was a big time into music, big 50s doo-wop rocker and everything. My dad saw one of the Alan Freed concerts in New Haven, Connecticut back in the late 50s, about 57. Alan Freed is the father of rock and roll. He was one of the first DJs that really started playing rock and roll, and he was pivotal. And the thing my dad told me, he's like, rock and roll brought the white and the black races together, where the white kids hadn't heard black music. And then Alan Freed had concert tours. My dad saw a concert tour back, and he said the best show he ever saw.
He was like the biggest promoter. Like
he was the biggest promoter. He's a DJ in Cleveland. And then he went to other radio stations. He had people like Screaming Jay Hawkins, Little Richard, and everything. Like, my dad loved Little Richard.
I
Jerry Lee Lewis, all that stuff.
Little Richard. Love Little Richard.
But the reason why they have the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in Cleveland is because Alan Freed was from Cleveland. Did you know that?
Yes, you're 100% right.
Yep. And remember, Huey Lewis, Heart of Rock and Roll. Remember when they said the Heart of Rock and Roll was in Cleveland in the mid-'80s? And he's like, hey, buddy, that's where rock and roll started.
That's where it started.
Yeah.
He was
So,
the
but yeah,
guy.
Alan Freed, you kind of took my thunder there. I have some other names here too. You had mentioned, I think in your
Glad you
list.
took I didn't think you'd come up with it. I was and I didn't think you'd get that passionate about it, but
Oh yeah, no, no. My dad, I have all my dad's old albums from the late 50s, early 60s, Beatles stuff and everything. And I remember him telling me about Alan Freed. Matter of fact, there was a movie that came out in 1978 called American Hot Wax. It was about the birth of rock and roll in the late 50s, early 60s. And Alan Freed is the main character. Now he was dead by that time, but he is the main character in that movie called American Hot Wax, 1978. But good stuff. Yeah, I love all the old stuff.
that's fantastic.
Yeah.
But he was a legend, and then, we had, even though Phil Spector went a little nutty, but, Phil
But yeah, but
Spector's
the wall of
Jewish.
sound or whatever it is, Phil
Yeah,
Spector.
he did the last 2 Beatles albums, did a
Oh,
lot of
yeah.
work with John Lennon, and, yeah, like
Yes.
you said, the Wall of Sound with,
Yeah. He worked with the Wilson Brothers, the Beach Boys, I mean, and Ronnie Spector,
the
the
Ronettes, the
Ronettes, yeah.
Righteous
No,
Brothers,
Phil Spector
Ike
produced everybody
and
in the
Tina
60s.
Turner, Danny
Speaking
E. King.
speaking of producers, I think you might have on your list, and now he's not rock, okay, but he was a huge, huge, and he's still alive. I saw him in concert this past year at 90 years old. Herb Alpert.
Yes, yeah. What's
Dude,
funny? He's the beginning of the book.
is he really?
Yeah, the first guy in the book.
Ah. Yeah, yeah, I mean, he's a trumpeter, he's a jazz guy, but, he was half of A&M Records. And I
Yeah.
mean, A&M Records, I mean, they did the Police, they did Supertramp, they did the Carpenters, they did tons, tons of bands. So Herb Alpert's
Yeah,
in there.
no, I agree. These guys are like the architects of rock and now modern rock and
I agree.
pretty
I
cool
agree.
stuff.
Some other people on my list that maybe, a little different. I read this. I'm not Marty Ballin, Jefferson Airplane. Marty Ballin.
Yep, he's in the book.
Here's an interesting one. Geddy Lee. Geddy Lee, I read, was born Jewish, considers himself a Jewish atheist, but he apparently was born Jewish. Does not practice it, but apparently Geddy Lee is Jewish.
I think you're wrong. He does practice.
He does practice.
Yeah, again, I don't know if he's an atheist Jew or not, but he does practice, and because his parents both were victims of the Holocaust as well. They
Well, I did
moved to
not know that.
Canada. Yeah. So, and then Alex Lifeson, he's not a Jew, but both had, first immigrant parents from Canada, and I guess
Okay.
they kind of hit it off, even though they weren't Jewish, but they were all from parts of Europe, and
Interesting.
they to this day they're best friends. And one
Interesting.
little shout out to even that Alex is not a Jew. My friend sent me this. He has a new album out with a new group that I'll have to send to you later.
Alex
Insane,
Lifeson has a new album out?
incredible,
Really? All
incredible.
right. We got to check that out.
Yeah.
Some
We'll
other
talk about
notable
it next time.
Some other notable performers. She's not rock, but she's huge, huge in pop. Carole King,
Carole King, yeah,
early 70s,
and
the
all the songs
Tapestry
she
album.
wrote. She wrote loads of songs for people
Tons.
that.
Yeah. Yes. Lou Reed.
Oh yeah,
Lou Reed. I read on something after doing a little research.
Kenny G, Michael
Oh yeah,
Bolton.
yeah. Well, he's jazz, he's more jazz pop, but
Yeah,
you
but
know.
Jew.
Well, yeah. I mean, so but I read George Michael was half Jewish. Actually.
George Mike, really?
That's what I read somewhere.
We'll take him.
All
No,
right.
we don't have a lot.
Right.
We'll
You got
take
a big
anybody.
tribe there. You'll bring him in. So here's one for you. And she's
Just one thing about George Michael, "Freedom," a song ever.
George
Not
Michael
ever,
was
but
immensely
I love
talented.
"Freedom."
I mean,
What?
like we were rocking the 80s. We weren't like I'm a rocker. I can't really say like George Michael, but like that I Want Your Sex song was an amazing song.
Insane.
And then the album, I mean the Faith album and the Freedom.
That was like the Beat It. It was like his Beat It.
It
It
was
was,
huge. No, a
I mean,
super talented guy.
His Thriller, I'm sorry, Beat It.
Super talented guy. Here's one that maybe you missed, and she's amazing today. She looks amazing as Susanna Hoffs from the Bangles.
Wow. Yep.
Yeah.
I agree. She's on my list.
They were amazing band. I tell you, we're gonna do like a Chicks That Rock podcast sometime, and they were so underrated Bangles. They had some excellent tunes, man. Very, very talented. And they rocked. They were good. They were really,
Really, really good.
played all
Even
their own
their
instruments.
slower songs were good.
Yes.
I was thinking of you. We were driving last week, and the Bangles came on. I'm like,
Yeah.
Bill loves the Bangles.
I do. I always
like
liked
them
them,
too.
man. They were different and they're very attractive. But they also they had great songs, you know what I mean? So
Yeah. Well, they did, Manic Monday was Prince. Anything Prince would give somebody,
that's true. And that is true.
they had to be talented.
Yes.
Because
Yeah.
he
Plus, they had
was,
like huge hits. I mean, Walk Like an Egyptian. That was a worldwide phenomenon, really.
wow. And an MTV
Yes.
staple.
So let's talk about. We threw a lot of names out here. We got to come up to like maybe a top 10, which go right to the Mount Rushmore top 4.
All right,
I mean, if we
let's
look
go
at this
top
list
10.
here, I made some names here, man.
To me, that's a hard list, but go ahead.
If I was to just go top 4 on here, rock now, rock. I mean, you got to go Bob Dylan, right? I mean,
You have to. Bob Dylan is Bob Dylan's not just Bob Dylan. Bob Dylan didn't just sing. He wrote so many hits for so many people, from All Along the Watchtower to all the songs of the Byrds. Like three or four of their hits were Bob Dylan songs.
yeah,
So
he's a total icon. I mean, I gotta say, Bob Dylan, and everybody knows, even though he was born Robert Zimmerman, he changed his name. I mean, everybody knows he's Jewish. You got to put Bob. I don't know.
great movie too. You got to
Yes, I
see it.
saw that. It was really, really
That
good.
was very good.
You got to go Paul Stanley, Gene Simmons, Kiss. I mean, I don't know. Can we split them in
What are you
half?
gonna do? Give him one?
Well,
Like, you
we're
consider
building on
them
Mount
as
Rushmore, so
one?
we can give him like one space. We'll make half the face, Gene, half the face, Paul.
I like that.
Kiss, I think you got to put them up there. This is my list. This is what I'm thinking. I'm going through here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Oh, there's another one we left off. Max Weinberger, the Max Weinberg 7, drummer for Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band, resident of Delray Beach.
Wow.
So, Max Weinberg, a
he's
Jew.
super talented.
Bruce Springsteen, not a Jew. Well, you would think he'd be
Not a
Jew.
Jew. But my grandmother, yeah, I know. Adam Sandler thought the grandmother said, "Oh, he's a Jew." Even my grandmother used to say that. He's a Jew. And I'm like, no, he's not.
No, he's not. He's not. But Max Weinberg is. And I mean, he's a super talented guy, very popular. Remember, he was on the Conan O'Brien. He had the band on there for 20 years. Right? I just forgot about that. So
it's a good one.
If I'm going and I got to go Alan Freed.
No, one more. Counting Crows, Adam Dershowitz. He's
I was not aware of it.
Adam Dershowitz or something. Yeah, he's a Jew.
Adam Dershowitz. Wait a minute, isn't he like wasn't he like
he's an attorney?
Attorney for OJ or something?
It's Adam Dersh.
Oh,
it's Adam Dershowitz, not Alan.
So if I'm going to go on here on this list, I'm going, and I'm adding Billy Joel
without a doubt.
Right. So I'm going Bob Dylan. I'm going Kiss. I'm going Alan Freed as the father of rock and roll in one sense. I'm going Billy Joel.
Woo! It's a good list.
Is there anybody else? I mean, I know you came in, dude, there's some other ones out here, man. What do you think? Check your list.
Listen, it's hard to argue with anything you mentioned.
What about Paul Simon?
Well, that's who I was going to go. Bob Dylan.
Right.
Billy Joel, Paul Simon, David Lee Roth.
Well, of course, you got to go Roth. So.
But everything you just mentioned, I'm in. I mean, hey, one more other guy. Like, I'd love to put him in there because I think he's a genius. Mark Knopfler.
Fantastic. I forgot about him. Yes.
Incredible guitarist.
Incredible guitarist. I didn't even know he was Jewish until I read that recently.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. We got
some
him.
tough decisions.
We got him.
Wait a minute. On your list, I think you forgot to say this one. Steve Stevens, Billy Idol.
Ooh, yes.
I mean, he's not Mount Rushmore quality.
I sent it to you before the show. But
he's not Mount Rushmore quality, but he definitely deserves honorable mention. I mean, just the guitar work on the Top Gun theme alone, the greatest movie in the history of mankind. I mean, the second one,
I agree. And how do we not put Geddy Lee in there?
Well, we love Geddy Lee, dude, but
Geddy Lee,
I mean, he'd be in the top 10.
Lee is like, I mean, if you look at like top, we haven't done rock bands like classic rock. I would definitely have Rush in my top 10.
I don't know about that, dude. That's all on the topic for another day. We got to stick to. All right, so listen, we got enough here, dude. We got enough here to get to we got like a top 10. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We got 10 people, really. So, I mean, I think we could. Should we just stick with that, or should we do the Mount Rushmore? I mean, I think the Mount Rushmore would be. I gotta go. You're right.
So you don't want to use just yours, and then or you want to just narrow it down.
I think we'll just go right for the 4 right now, man. All right. I'm with you with Paul Simon. I'm with you with Dylan.
Simon. He had a great solo career and a great. Like he was a
no. Hands down
in a band.
Simon, Bob Dylan. I gotta say Kiss, man. If we can merge like Gene and Paul together into one dude, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
My opinion.
I mean, is Kiss better than Van Halen? I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, but I think the thing is that you got Paul and Gene, like they're the face of Kiss. We both know they're Jewish. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas Van Halen it was all Van Halen, and Roth was the front man, and they kicked him out after half the time. They got Hagar and Gary Schroeder.
No, because the Roth left. They were heartbroken.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Yeah. I'm just saying, that's why I would take Kiss over Van Halen. It's not saying Kiss is better than Van Halen, but remember, this is Jews that rock now.
I agree.
Okay, Jews that rock.
But he was influential in Van Halen. I mean,
Which
without
strengthens
Roth,
my
you don't
point.
have Van Halen, and without
Gene
Eddie,
Simmons is
you don't have Van
influential
Halen.
with Van Halen. So why would you put David Lee Roth up on Mount Rushmore and not Paul Stanley and Gene Simmons, or at least Gene Simmons?
No, I just think music wise, like I think Roth was a better writer than those.
Come on, man. We're talking Mount Rushmore of Jewish rockers, dude.
Yeah,
David Lee Roth over
I love
Kiss.
Kiss, but I just
All right,
David's my
listen.
boy.
We'll take Kiss out. All right, so now I'm not voting for Roth. I'm just saying. We got Simon and we got Bob
Well,
Dylan.
we might have to agree.
We got
So
Simon, we got Bob Dylan, and
so
Alan
Paul
Freed.
Simon,
Alan Freed, man. Come on, dude.
I think you put Billy Joel.
All right, now we're talking. All right, now we're looking at. So now we got Billy Joel, Paul Simon, Bob Dylan, and I'd go Alan Freed. I don't know about you.
I can't put that.
I know he's a
I
DJ.
think if you're gonna do it, you got to put musicians.
All right, so who's left?
Neil Diamond.
Bang, bingo. There you go, right there, dude. Neil Diamond. No, come on.
And you know what's good about Neil Diamond? He stood the test of time, and he wrote a lot of songs, like for the Monkees. And
yeah, man.
A lot of other things.
Dude, he's got a slew
He
of
was
hits.
a singer. He could play guitar.
Yeah, and he represented the Judaism in that film, the jazz singer.
Yeah, the jazz singer. But that was that was a remake. That
I know that with Laurence Oliver or whatever you got. Laurence Olivier.
I don't even know.
Laurence Olivier. It was a big hit, 1980. And remember the song, "We're Coming to America."
That pumps me up. That's like
the hairs on my neck, which left.
That's like an Eye of the Tiger.
It's like Eye of the Tiger. Hands down.
That's another thing we're gonna do. One of our episodes. We're gonna do like songs that pump you up.
Oh, no doubt. I like that one.
That's a good one.
So all right. So we got our four.
Like, wait, turn up the radio.
That's a great tune. I agree.
Right.
It's not Jewish.
Enough of that.
It's not Jewish, but all right. So we got Neil Diamond.
The Jews don't like the radio, like your grandmother would tell you. Lower the radio. It's too loud.
My parents are the same way. Billy Joel, Bob Dylan, Paul Simon. Dude, when we look at that now, it's like a no-brainer. What were we even arguing for?
Because I'm not that smart.
We didn't even talk about Neil Diamond.
You got us back to
no, but you brought up Neil Diamond. Neither one of us had even on. Oh, you don't. It's probably on the back
I had
page.
Neil Diamond. To me, you know what it was? Neil Diamond was just it was like a give me.
True, but I mean, he really epitomized.
I didn't even want to bring him up because.
And then, out of all the Jewish rockers, I think Neil Diamond is like the one who epitomizes it more than any of them because.
Yeah.
Everyone knows he's Jewish. At least, I mean, he wore his faith on his sleeve in that movie, and he's written all this great tunes, dude.
I agree, and he wrote stuff for people. So
I mean, hey,
you know what? One honorable mention, one more. Neil Sedaka. Even though I'm not into his music, he wrote a lot of songs for people.
Sure. Oh God, if we say Neil Sedaka, you know what we gotta say next? Barry Manilow.
Oh, good. All right.
Well, he's like an honorable mention, dude.
That's my mother.
Barry Manilow doesn't really rock. I mean, even Neil Diamond, you can't really say it, but Neil Diamond's stuff in the 60s rocked.
Yeah.
Sweet Caroline.
Well, Manilow was huge in the 70s. The Coca Cabana and all those songs. And
all right, so we got Mount Rushmore of Jewish rock. We got Neil Diamond, Billy Joel, Bob Dylan, Paul Simon. That's an easy one. Honorable mentions got to go Alan Freed, David Lee Roth.
Paul Stanley, Gene Simmons.
Yeah, they're definitely strong, man.
Even the Ramones. I mean, the Ramones for like kind of like not grunge, but more like new wave, like that David Bowie, New York scene.
I agree.
The New York Dolls.
They didn't know they were Jewish, man. The Beastie Boys, you knew they were Jewish.
Ooh, that's another honorable mention.
It's a strong one. All right, so we're gonna wrap up. We got our Mount Rushmore of the Jewish rockers. We're going to talk about food in closing because you told me prior to recording, you went to a fantastic Italian place that I've been to. I've been there about a year or so.
I think phenomenal.
Yes.
It's in Margate. And
what's the name of it?
It's Pasta and.
Pasta and.
Yeah.
Margate. It's an old crappy little strip plaza.
Yeah. Like a real crappy one.
There's a 7-Eleven in there, and I think it's east of.
It's off Atlantic. It's off Atlantic.
On Atlantic Boulevard, east of 441. Yeah. There's it's amazing. It's a husband and wife team, right?
So good. A friend of mine kind of said we were talking about food, and he just goes, "You got to go to this little place."
Been there for like 30 years,
I didn't know it was there that long.
Maybe 20, but it's been there for quite some time.
I mean, you go in there, the ambiance, it's dark. I like dark restaurants.
Me too.
they have, to divide the place, they got like these wooden boxes, wooden wine cases, and water cases, and so forth.
White
The
tablecloth,
Yeah, yeah. The
linen.
wine menu's like huge.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever bottle of wine you want. They have, I like Italian wine, so they had, probably like 30 to choose from. Don't ask me to pronounce the one that we got, but it was amazing.
It's a husband and wife team. Husband does the cooking. I think the wife runs the front of the house along with the sons, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Food is spectacular. Homemade pasta. It's northern Italian cuisine. It's not the southern Italian, so it's more traditional Italian.
Yeah, that's what I kinda like. I think it's just unique, and it's not like one of those big fancy restaurants. It's not something
It's
you're
not
just
spaghetti
like,
and meatballs.
no, it's different. You're to me, I think it's good value. The ambiance is amazing,
Yes.
and the waiters there are like, they take their job, like, very serious.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Now that dude, that place is. I've been there a few times, and I've been there a few times over the past 15 years, and it's always great. Of course, they jacked up the prices like everybody else, but it's
But it's
worth it.
still reasonable. When you told me they jacked up the prices, I kinda said I actually thought the prices were still reasonable, so I could just imagine how reasonable it was before.
Well, they got smart, I mean, part of it is that, they're in a plaza in Margate. They probably felt like they couldn't charge the kind of money, and then when all the Vinny Boom Bye guys start going in there and laying down, big money, and then they put the tables. And now if you go, you gotta sit inside, because last time we went with some friends of ours, we sat on the patio, quote
Yeah,
unquote. It's like you're on a
yeah.
sidewalk in front of a store in a plaza.
No, that's like that's not
It's not a
it's like,
patio, dude, but they have the trellis there and, like, the fake vines and shit and everything. It just you gotta sit inside.
yeah. Oh, I agree. I'm still got my New Yorkness in me, so it's a little too hot for me to
Yeah.
even sit out there. But
What did you do you remember what you had? What'd you
so
have?
I remember.
Sure.
I love food. So we had the octopus for an appetizer. And then we had these scallops,
Okay.
the scallop dish. The octopus was insane.
Right.
The scallops had like a
Oh, really? Okay.
nice large scallops.
Uh-huh.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
They give you bread with the olive oil and
Right.
the
Nice,
vinegar
nice.
and so forth. But my
Any
wife,
desserts?
no desserts, but we had two great entrees too.
Okay.
Since you were saying that they make their pasta and so forth. My wife had the ravioli.
Okay.
That was insane
Right.
too.
Right.
There was like, I guess there was like 6 of them. She coulda used a little bit more, but she's excited to go back and try the other dishes. And then
Gotcha.
I had the can't pronounce it, but it was the rabbit pasta. I
Oh,
had
that's what I had
pasta.
before. Yeah, yeah, but I think the night I had it, it wasn't rabbit, it was something else. So maybe it was rabbit, I can't but yeah, yeah, I think I had something with wild boar, I don't know, something like that, but it was
Oh,
good.
no. They had the wild boar.
That's what I
They
had.
had
I
the
had the
wild
wild
boar
boar,
dish.
yeah.
Yeah, that I want that next time. But that, the rabbit, it's called what was it called? Oh, I don't know.
Bugs
Well, I know what you
Bunny.
had.
No, just kidding.
That was amazing.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
No, the what I had there, I remember last time, it was amazing, so it was good stuff.
yeah,
So, it's
place
called
is
Pasta
insane.
and, south side of the road, Atlantic Boulevard, probably about a half a mile east of 441. Great wine list. I think they have booze. I think they have full.
Yeah, so, hey, really quick, they do have booze, and that was the
Okay,
rabbit and the pasta, and then, like you said, yours is they have the wild boar, but
wild
getting back
boar.
to the liquor, so you go in there, and you're thinking it's ending, and I guess they expanded, so if you
Yes.
go in to the left, so they have a full bar, it almost looks like one of those speakeasies, like a hidden
Okay.
lounge. Yeah, very cool, like, really impressed with this place,
Yeah,
and
and the service is spectacular, right?
yeah, amazing. And people, friends that I know, actually, a guy from Argentina just flew in from Argentina, and somehow we were talking about Italian places. He's like, "Have you tried this?" And it was pasta, and
Yeah.
he loved it as well. So
So
great place.
you will be
I
back.
highly recommend it.
You will be back, right?
I'll be back. I want to try more dishes there.
I
So
think, they're not open for lunch. I think they're open for dinner, I think, right?
no, it's only dinner.
Dinner, right, yeah. I was gonna say, maybe
I
we should
love
go.
lunch places.
Yeah,
So
me too, so
I like
we'll have
having
to
lunch.
we'll have to give that a shot. But,
Yeah, yeah.
alright. Sounds good, dude. Well, it sounds like you had a good food dude review of Pastan.
Yeah, I'm getting larger, but yeah, it's good, and
I
I'm
just came back from vacation, dude. I must
glad
have
you're
gained
back
like
from
10
Hawaii.
pounds, man, so, I get it, but,
Yeah,
it's all good for a good cause. That's why I like it,
I'm
so
working out.
yeah, yeah, me too. So,
Yeah.
and all right. So, once again, Rosh Hashana. Hope your holiday is well, and you get your Yankees yarmulke on.
My hat's so.
Yeah. So, good stuff. We got our Mount Rushmore of Jewish rockers, and then all good. So, listen,
That
good
was
seeing you
fun
again. Yeah,
talking
it was
about
fun. I haven't
the
seen you in a couple
Jewish
of weeks. I'm
rockers.
on a vacation and everything, but we're back. We're rolling along, and we're working on launching this podcast worldwide. So remember to you got to hit the like button, you got to hit subscribe button, and we're growing by leaps and bounds. So thank you for your support. Share this podcast with 5 others, or even 10 for that matter. So
Yeah, you gotta spread it around. Good seeing you too, man.
see you next week.
I love the new hat.
Thanks, bro. I really appreciate this.
Yeah,
Cammy
you
brought
look
this for
good
me
in
when I
it.
was in Hawaii, actually.
All right. I know you had a great time there. So
Amazing. It was euphoric. I'll never forget the second day, third day I was there. We were at Duke's world famous place right in Waikiki Beach. The bartender asked me, she goes, "So how has it been so far since it's been back in 30 plus years?" I said, "I'm walking around a state of euphoria
30
that I just can't put into
years.
words." I hadn't been there in 32 years, so it was
It's
amazing.
insane.
Insane, dude. Awesome. All right, dude.
Well, I'm glad you had a great time.
Did.
Everybody have a great week. Have fun every day.
Happy Rosh
Take care.
Hashanah.
All
All right,
right,
buddy.
guys.
Have a good week.
Bye.
See ya. Ciao.
Take care.